Good morning, everyone. This is Gabriel, and today we're going to be talking about video ads, how you can build your brand with video ads. My name is Danon Gabriel Tay, and I'm an account manager here at Facebook. I have been so for about 2 years now, and I manage clients including agencies, as well as startups and small medium businesses, in helping them run their Facebook ads. One of the things that's been very exciting for me is to see the rise of video in the recent years, and how Facebook figures a very large part of that. So let's cover a little bit more about what we're going to be talking about today. Over the next 50 minutes, I'm going to walk you through exactly why video is exciting today. We'll show you a bit of statistics around the growth of video, especially mobile video. And then we're going to introduce what Facebook video ads are. Facebook video ads are a very recent improvement of Facebook in just the last 1 to 2 years, but it has grown incredibly so. And I can't wait to share a few stats with you. Number 3 is I want to share the benefits of why you should use Facebook video ads natively as opposed to sharing it via a YouTube link. There are significant advantages to this, and I want to walk you through it. Next, finally, I'll be walking you through how Facebook video ads are not just for building a brand or doing branding, but it's also for advertisers with direct response objectives. For example, if you're an e-commerce company or if you are a lead gen, video ads can be a very powerful way to drive people starting at the top of your funnel and going all the way to conversion, to take an action that you want them to take. Whether you want them to submit their information for a lead or whether you want them to buy something from your website. We'll also talk through best practices, which is super important, and as well share a couple of success cases and answer your questions. So let's begin. The desired outcome today is that by the end of the webinar, you will learn how video ads can really showcase your products, ideas, and businesses, and how this can also drive conversion, not just brand awareness, but drive people through your funnel. You should also be equipped with some of the basic best practices on how you can do this. And these are best practices that we've picked up in helping manage many different clients, listening to their problems, what's worked and what's not worked. And we can't wait to share that with you. So why video? This is a great question. Video consumption is skyrocketing recently, especially on Facebook. So if you look at these lines that maps the rise of various dominant media in the past 50 years or so, it's totally understandable that radio dominated for a very long time. And then television came and just took over as the dominant source of entertainment and news. And then sometime around the 2000s, I guess in the last 10 years, digital really came out of nowhere. And if you look at the slope of that line, it's very, very steep. So it has, in just recent years, surpassed television as the main source of entertainment and news. And the little yellow line is even more startling. All of us know that, we have been shifting to mobile in a big way. But if you look at it, the slope is even steeper than digital. So mobile is one of the key things that's happening in the world, specifically in Asia. So speaking about mobile, just one more statistic to back this up. 79% of people have their phones near them for all but 2 hours of their waking day. This is very, very significant. And as many of us know, people spend a lot of time on Facebook, particularly mobile. We'll share a bit more stats on that later. So what about the growth of digital video? Digital video is growing at a really unprecedented rate. And it's only been in the last 2 years or so. So if you look at this chart that shows the monthly desktop video ad views for the US only, it's grown about 210% in just 1 year. So can you guess what this chart will look like for mobile video? So this chart shows the growth for mobile video, and it's even stronger than the desktop. We see a 500% growth in mobile and tablet viewing between Q4 2012 to Q3 2014, and 14x estimated increase in mobile video traffic between 2013 and 2018 is expected. This is nearly twice the growth of desktop. So sharing some stats here. Video viewing on Facebook is really taking off. The number that we're sharing is there are more than 4 billion video views in the world per day. So if we rewind the clock and compare this with September last year, which is around the time where videos really started to get popular on Facebook, starting with the Ice Bucket Challenge, the number at that time, in just September 2014, was 1 billion views a day. And we have since quadrupled. And a large chunk of this comes from 75% of the video views per day happens on mobile. So just to vignette and showcase one specific country, Singapore has 3.5 million monthly active people and about 2.4 million daily active people. More than 50% of people who log into Facebook every single day watch a video. That's a very large percentage of people who are discovering content on Facebook through videos. So let's talk a bit about what Facebook video ads are. Facebook video ads are a really highly engaging way to tell your brand story with sight, sound, and motion. And what Facebook algorithm has been doing in the last few months has been helping you optimize for the lowest cost per view for your video, which is a correct metric for you to figure out how well your video is doing. We have a lot of great features that go with the video. For example, silent autoplay is available for some countries and really helps the discovery of your video. If you pause for a second and just think back to all, every day you're going through Facebook, through the things that matter to you, your friends, your family, what they're talking about, whether they're blogging about durians or the latest thing, you would also be seeing videos in between some of this content. Videos that autoplay and just fixate you and you're just paused to view them. So autoplay is one of the great features and it's something that every advertiser should leverage when they are creating video ads. We also have a lot of other features that don't just help brand, but drive people further down the funnel to take action. For example, there's a CTA call to action button, which helps people act if they want to buy something straight away or to take an action. And we also have a great capability where we capture people who've watched your video into an audience, so you know who's watched your video, and then you can now retarget these people with other ads. You might be thinking about other video ads or a link page post to ask them to buy something. All this is possible with this kind of capability. As I mentioned earlier, people experience your messages as part of the native experience on Facebook. Right? This is probably what your newsfeed looks like. You're looking at content about your friends, maybe they're talking about durians, maybe they're talking about something else. And it's really personal to them. Everything is customized, and this is the things that they do care about and why they keep coming back to Facebook. So Facebook is an opportunity for you to insert your message within this experience. And if you do the right things, you will be able to really, really drive a very great experience for the end person, and they would actually really like your videos and end up taking some action. Welcome to the webinar. You can relax and enjoy Okay, so what are the great points about Facebook? So one of the things is being part of their experience, but also because unlike television advertising, where you basically have to target everyone who's watching a program, and when you, for example, if you decide to do a TV commercial, if you have the budget to do it, and you want to buy a TV spot for, let's say, Heroes, you are essentially buying a proxy. So you are guessing that people who watch Heroes tend to be male age X to Y, etc., who like these things. But when you come to Facebook, one of the greatest advantages when you use video ads is that we know exactly who these people are. There's a lot of precision. So if you say you wanted this video to be shown to these 600,000 people in this country, we're going to wait for them to log in and then we'll show the ad to them in the auction. So targeting is one of the biggest advantages on Facebook, not just for video ads, but for all ads. So let me recap exactly what I said. You're able to now reach a very large and segmented audience with your creatives that basically you can tailor to many different groups, right? Previously, it was just not possible. You're not just able to do this, but you're able to measure, track, and optimize to a very granular level. So Facebook ads, in summary, is really just a great way for you to build your brand with sight, sound, and motion. You really bring your brand to life. Just take a moment and sit back and pause and think about videos that you've watched, seen on your newsfeed, right? Some of these videos made you laugh, make you really engaged, made you really impressed with what the brand was doing. And these are ads that you might not have seen if you watched it on television, because a lot of people are not watching television today. I have numbers for the US, but I believe this is also a huge trend in Asia and other parts of the world. Let me just share a little statistic. If you're an agency and you're used to buying television, um, basically we have some data showing that 80% of your budget gets shown to only 40% of your audience. And that's primarily because TV is getting more fragmented. People are watching less and less television. So Facebook is a really good way to either augment, complement, or replace whatever you're thinking to do on television. And if you're not a big brand, if you don't have big budgets to do TV commercials, it's even better because TV style advertising is now available to small and medium businesses for a fraction of the cost and with a lot of the digital benefits. Second point, so you don't just bring your brand to life, but you're also able to reach the right people with the relevant creative. You don't have to create an ad and basically hope that you're going to reach exactly the right people through television. You'll be able to do this entirely on Facebook. And if you do the right kind of features, you'll be able to advance people through your marketing funnel so that they would move from brand awareness to brand favorability, brand recall, consideration, and possibly even conversion. Okay, taking a moment for the slide to load. If you have questions, go ahead and type them in the box. So what we are seeing is on some data, we also see that people are very logged, very engaged with Facebook, right? It's not just that a lot of people use Facebook, but people log into Facebook 14 times a day. This is especially true as this is a global average, by the way. And this is especially true as tablet and smartphone ownership and penetration goes up all over the world. And as we know, Asia is one of the most mobile countries in the world. So this is probably a little higher in our region. Over 800 million people visit Facebook each day on mobile. And that's a very large number and growing still. If for example, in Singapore, we know that we have about 3.5 million monthly active people, out of which approximately 90% come back on mobile on a daily basis. Next up, I would like to share this little bubble chart, which is loading. Just give it a second. And the size of the bubble basically represents the amount of time people spend on these platforms. So just to emphasize the point that I mentioned earlier, Facebook is absolutely a discovery channel. And the time that people spend on Facebook and Instagram combined eclipses a lot of the other platforms. Right? Each of the platforms have very specific niches or very specific use cases. For example, You might be doing something very specific to look for a very specific piece of content on YouTube, but people spend time on Facebook and Instagram to discover things. So video ads can also be used creatively in conjunction with many of the other features that we offer for ads. For example, you can tailor your creative to each audience, or you can just tailor, in this case, Coca-Cola had a quite a long TV commercial, which they also decided to bring onto Facebook. But so they used the exact same video content, but where they were able to tailor the creative is that they changed the custom thumbnail. So in other words, when they targeted a very specific group, they chose a different thumbnail for each of these groups. And because the creative is so relevant, it also meant that they got much better engagement rates than if they compared with they just had one single creative. Okay, next up. I would like to share a little bit more about why video ads should be uploaded natively to Facebook and not share a YouTube link. So this video basically is going to show you the different experience between the two of them. Just give it a moment to load. Okay, unfortunately it looks a little bit laggy, but the video essentially contrasts the difference between sharing a YouTube link and sharing a native Facebook video. When you are able to share a Facebook native video, it tends to have, first of all, a larger custom thumbnail, and it loads a lot faster, simply because it takes much fewer clicks to get it moving. And in the case of autoplay, it gets even better. I'm going to replay it in case you may want to try and see it again. Okay, so this really just summarizes the comparison between the two. First of all, Facebook native video has much significantly larger creative. It's about 11 times larger. And we've also done studies when we launched Facebook video that it generates a significantly higher CTR to 2.5 times, a higher video play rate, 30%, and a much lower cost per view than if you had uploaded a YouTube link and boosted that post. So now I'm going to go into a segment which talks a bit about driving conversion with video ads. So as most of you should know, the marketing funnel. So many of you might think, of course, naturally that video sits right at the top, which is brand awareness. But there are some features within Facebook video that helps you drive people down the funnel. And I'm going to talk about these now. So with Facebook ads, the end of this is just the beginning. You're able to continue sharing your story with our other different kinds of ads. So you start with a video and you follow up with different messages to the people who viewed your video. So you might have sequence content, or you might want to follow up with different videos that make sense, that build on each other. Or you might also want to follow up with a link to send them to a microsite or to buy something straight away. We also did some tests on whether video helps drive conversions, and it shows that video plus photo page posts may actually improve conversions. So preliminary studies show that, for example, when we did a test on two links, photo page post, as opposed to video followed by photo, there's a significantly higher conversion rate for the video plus photo link ad. However, if you analyze the two pieces of the video and the photo link ad separately, you would actually see that the video itself does not generate a lot of conversions. But when you put them together, it actually outperforms the two photo page posts. So it's very common for VR advertisers to try a video ad and give up straight away. And that, their response that they typically share with me is that, oh, the video ad just had very poor conversions. The click-through rate was not great. So that's why I didn't carry on advertising for video. While this is true, you also have to realize that a lot of the actions that people may take after they watch a video may not be tracked. Right? For example, they may view it and then they may end up buying through a different channel. That is possible as well. So what you really want to do is to adjust your expectations and understand that video itself will not show the results, but when you sequence and pair it with other ad types to drive conversion, you're going to get pretty good results. One of the great features that we have is the ability to retarget people who've watched a video. So there are people who don't watch your video and people who do watch your video. But people who have watched your video, there's some requirements and specifications, but if you get at least 1,000 views a day, what happens is we allow you to retarget these people. So imagine you have a video campaign and it lasts 7 days or 14 days, and you have an okay budget behind it, and every day you get 1,000 views, let's say 1,500 views. At the end of 14 weeks, you're going to have an audience of 1,500 times 14. So that's an audience of people who actually watched your video, which we define as someone who has watched at least 3 seconds of your video. This means that you can then take this audience and retarget and show them ads later on. You can either show them other videos in a sequence, or you can even use this for other kinds of ads, maybe your page post engagement, your link or photo page post. It's all possible. So that's one of the things that we do to help you advance people through the funnel with an end-to-end marketing solution, from driving brand awareness all the way to consideration, affinity, and action. Okay. So this is the how exactly do you retarget people? This is a screenshot of how you can do it. All it takes is just a single click at the beginning of a video. Single click at when you are creating the ad. This is available in Ads Manager or in Power Editor. So with that click, if you're able to get at least 1,000 views, you're going to be able to we will create an audience for you, and you can then use that to retarget. One other feature that we do have to drive people to conversions is a call to action button. You're able to share your story and invite people to interact with your brand with a little call to action button, which can be very effective. So a call to action button appears at the end of a video if it's on a desktop, or it starts to appear after a few seconds if you're on mobile. This is great because with the little button, it's very prominent. People who want to buy, or if they want to act, they can do so straight away. So this is what it looks like as people play. You're going to be able to see the call to action button on the top left. And at the end, there will be a very big call to action button right in the middle. For example, in this case, it says shop now. One of the newer things that we have is that you're now able to drive action with video creative. In other words, we've combined a link page. Now there's actually a call to action button, not within the video experience, but outside of it. So we introduced this recently, and while people are watching the video, they'll be able to see the button and they can then click on it and take an action right away.